Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 UChicago Acapella Showcase. My name is Rajiv. I'm a second-year student in the college, and I'm also a member of Run for Cover.
I'm Harsha, also second year, and I'm part of OG. We are also both members of the UChicago Acapella Council.
We wish we could be on stage and doing this in person for everyone, but we are still very excited to be bringing an introduction to UChicago Acapella to all of you.
This evening, you'll get to hear performances from 6 of the acapella groups we have on campus. They are Run for Cover, OG, Voices, The Ransom Notes, Unaccompanied Women, and Medusa. Afterwards, we will have a general Q&A, and then you'll get the opportunity to speak with current members of each of the groups.
We know this is a trying time for everybody, so we hope this evening can bring some fun and good vibes to everyone as well. We hope to meet as many of you as possible during auditions.
Each group will be putting out performances and audition processes tonight after the showcase. They will all be happening within the next week, so be on the lookout for group-specific audition information.
Each group has put together a very comprehensive plan to hold auditions and callbacks safely. Once again, these plans will differ group by group, but all of them were created with the utmost regard to keeping all of you and all of us safe. If you have any questions or any concerns about specific group auditions, please reach out to that group after the showcase today, during their group-specific breakout rooms, or even right before auditions.
With all that said, time for the show. First up, we have Unaccompanied Women, otherwise known as UW. Unaccompanied Women is the oldest a cappella group at the University of Chicago, founded in 1989. They pride themselves on telling stories through their music and spreading UW love every chance they get. On campus, they're known for their annual Singing Valentines, their concerts and arch sings, and their chaotic, fun-loving spirit. They compete in the ICCAs every other year, and their EP, Let Me, featuring their 2018 ICCA set, has appeared on several national compilation albums and recently received a CARA. Although their name suggests otherwise, please know that identifying as a woman is not required to sing with them. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and your streaming service of choice. Please enjoy the first of our performances from UW.
Just letting you all know, when I heard UW perform Slow Dancing in the Dark for the first time and they hit that chord, I literally almost cried. They're so amazing. Thanks again to UW. Next up, we have OG. As UChicago's premier South Asian a cappella group, UChicago OG aims to showcase the diversity of South Asian music in a way that bridges cultures and communities across a broad spectrum. OG has acquired an extensive repertoire of musical arrangements and has established a unique space on campus and in the Chicagoland area, attracting fans and performers from all backgrounds. They welcome group members from all musical backgrounds and cultures. We hope you enjoy their performance of a mashup of Milea from the movie Happy Ending and Love Somebody by Maroon 5.
is just another one of the amazing a cappella groups we have here at UChicago. Next up, we have Run for Cover, aka RFC. Founded in 2007, Run for Cover is the University of Chicago's award-winning, historically all-male a cappella group. The group performs at events both at the university and outside of campus, and competes biannually in the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella, otherwise known as the ICCAs, advancing to the semi-final round in 2014. RFC recently released an EP titled Pink last year, and our track, Gold, was recently one of the RARB Picks of the Decade. On campus, RFC is known for selling churros and being a disturbance in the reg during their serenade season. Outside of singing, RFC loves to hang out and do a variety of other activities together, including but not limited to watching sports, playing video games, eating lots of food, and straight vibing. Enjoy a new release from RFC, showcased for the first time and recorded by them during quarantine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Greedy, you know that I'm greedy for love. Boy, you give me feelings never felt before. I'm making it obvious by knocking at your door. You know that I'm coming tonight. I know I'm coming tonight. Don't want to deny it anymore. Been in this state of mind, been in this state of mind, been in this state of mind. Oh yeah, baby, you got lucky, cause you're rocking with the best. And I'm greedy, so greedy. I ain't talking money, I'm just physically obsessed. And I'm greedy, so greedy. I don't need a phone call, got nothing to say. I'ma tell you when it's over, got no games to play. You know that I'm coming tonight, I know I'm coming tonight. I just need to get this out the way. Oh, been in this state of mind, been in this state of mind, been in this state of mind. Oh yeah, baby, you got lucky, cause you're rocking with the best. And I'm greedy, so greedy. I ain't talking money, I'm just physically obsessed. And I'm greedy, so greedy, so greedy. Ooh, you know that I'm greedy for love, you know that I'm greedy for love. So greedy, ooh, you know that I'm greedy for love, you know that I'm greedy for love. Oh yeah. Oh, baby, you got lucky, you're rocking with the best. And I'm greedy, so greedy. I ain't talking money, but I'm physically obsessed. And I'm greedy, so greedy, so greedy. Ooh, you know that I'm greedy for love, you know that I'm greedy for love. Greedy, ooh, you know that I'm greedy for love, you know that I'm greedy for love. Greedy.
I hope we made you all greedy for more a cappella with that one. Sorry. Anyways, next up we have Voices. Voices, formerly known as Voices in Your Head, is a student-run a cappella group whose unique repertoire includes original compositions as well as an eclectic mix of pop, R&B, rock, and alternative music. The group competes regularly in the ICCAs, having won second and third at finals in 2017 and 2018. They have also produced several albums recognized by Voices Only and the RARB. This year will certainly have its trials, but the group is excited to continue making music together. Let's hear it for Voices, and we hope you enjoy their performance of How Long.
when the storm comes and the wind blows. What's in your heart becomes clear when the seas rise. Where will you go? Will you fall asleep? Will we wait and see? 'Cause I know that you suffered your share of trials and sorrows, waiting for one day when you realize that if we're ever gonna learn, are we ever gonna learn? That if we're ever gonna learn, are we ever gonna learn? That if we're ever gonna learn, we gotta love again.
How long till we reach the future? I'm sick, I'm scared. Oh, how long since we've been blinded? When will we ever learn? Oh, how long till we love our neighbors? Stay where we can for our friends. Oh, how long till we can see that it's all the same, it's all the same, that it's all the same, we're all the same, that it's all the same in the end.
So believe me, I'm a witness. I know how far we've come, but I'm scared there's a limit. Oh, to how far this road will run. I know that it's hard to see where there's no sun, but I swear if we try, there's so much we'll become. Will we ever learn to love like we used to? Will we ever learn to love like we used to? Will we ever learn to love like we used to? Will we ever learn to love like we used to? I know it's hard to see what's right before you. Oh, I know it's hard to see where no light shines through. It's hard to see where no light shines through. How
Thank you so much to Voices for an amazing performance. We're very excited to hear all of your voices during auditions too. Now we have the Ransom Notes. The Ransom Notes are an all-gender a cappella group known for their black and blue colors. They perform at the ICCAs every year, and in just the past 2 years, they have advanced to the semifinal round and won special awards for outstanding arrangement and outstanding vocal percussion. Last year, between producing music videos and performing at various gigs, the Notes spent their free time with each other, hanging out and eating tons of Taco Bell. The Notes will now be showcasing a piece from their 2019 ICCA set music video, an intense arrangement of The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. Here to perform next, please welcome the Ransom Notes.
chain will keep us together. Will keep us the chain will keep us together. Will keep us the chain will keep us together. Let us now. And if you love me now, I can still hear you saying we'll never break the chain. And if you don't love me now, you'll never love me again. I can still hear you saying we'll never break the chain, break the chain.
Thanks to the Ransom Notes for an amazing performance. Last, but most certainly not least, we have the wonderful Medusa performing. Medusa brings spunk, grit, and heart to a cappella without any men. The group is dedicated to challenging gender conventions with an extensive rep of bold and empowering music from all genres, covering everyone from Young the Giant, Burns, and Hozier to Janelle Monáe, Gin Wigmore, Ariana Grande, and Lana Del Rey. Medusa's covers have been featured on various national compilation albums, and their most recent solo album, Medusa Complex, was met with critical acclaim. Check out their recent single release, Kill of the Night, as well as their Haunted EP on Spotify. For our last performance of the night, here's Medusa.
I was reading some errands and I got to thinking that I thought maybe I felt less stressed if I was tested last night. Smiling for miles in dresses and highs and white Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Thank you to Medusa for an amazing performance. We hope you enjoyed our virtual showcase and the quick musical introductions to each group holding auditions this year. Now we will have a general Q&A session for any questions that you may have regarding a cappella at UChicago. Feel free to start asking those questions in the chat. And after the Q&A, we will split into Zoom rooms for specific groups, which are in the description below. Reps, at this time, please turn on your cameras.
All right, we will start the Q&A session by having all of our different group representatives introduce themselves. Reps, please introduce your name, your year, and the group you're a part of.
I guess I'll start it off. Hi, my name's Van. I am a third year in the Ransom Notes.
I can go next. I'm Sarah. I'm a second year in Voices.
I'll go next. Hey guys, I'm Sahana. I'm a second year part of Medusa.
I'm Ananya. I'm a third year and I'm part of OG.
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm a third year and I'm in Unaccompanied Women.
Awesome. So,
Now
guys
that
have
you've met
questions?
all the reps, we can start answering questions if there are any.
All right, so I'll start with one of the most asked questions, which is probably, can you audition for multiple groups? And the answer to that is yes, of course you can. Every group is special in their own way. Every group is awesome and brings their own energy to the table. Every group will be more than happy to see you at their auditions. So you're definitely able to audition for multiple groups. If you do get called back for multiple groups, our callback schedules line up so that you can attend multiple group callbacks as well. So please feel free to audition for multiple groups.
One thing I hear a lot as a question is like what the time commitment is sort of like for a cappella. So I guess I could talk briefly about that. Of course, it's going to be different this year, I think, with COVID and not being able to be in person as much as we used to be. But I think that in my experience at least, the rehearsal schedule really depends on what the group is doing at the time. So for example, during competition season, during ICCA season, rehearsals get a bit longer and are a little more intense. But normally we have like 3-ish rehearsals per week in Voices and a little more during competition season. And this year, because of COVID, we're doing a lot more stuff virtually. So it'll be less of a time commitment than that.
Thank you, Sarah. So we have a chat. We have a chat question. Can we audition if we don't have singing experience? Who'd like to take that one?
I'll take that one. I personally had no singing experience when I auditioned, so we welcome people with all levels of experience, music, singing. So definitely don't let a lack of singing or musical experience stop you from auditioning, because we definitely welcome anybody and everybody who's enthusiastic about a cappella to try out.
Thank you, Sahana.
Anyone else have any answers to that? Or I think Sahana covered pretty well. All right, cool. Someone asked, can each group go around and explain the audition times and process schedule for your individual groups? So we're actually going to be having individual group breakout Zoom sessions. In all those links are in the description of the video. Feel free to bounce around groups and ask any questions you have about auditions and their audition process is there.
I think in the chat we have another question, which is which groups require prepared solos? I think that's on a group to group basis. So if you guys want to take that now.
I guess I could start off. So technically the ransom notes requires a solo. However, solos have been anything from happy birthday to never gonna give you up. So really, whatever you define as a prepared solo is very, very flexible. Sing whatever you feel really, really comfortable in is something I'd recommend.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you three
so-
also solos. Oh, go ahead.
We also, technically it's the same thing. We require a 60-second prepared solo, but it can be any style you want. It's really whatever you feel like shows off your voice, or whatever you want to have fun with. But there will be other components to the audition as well, so it's not just your solo.
Awesome.
I can go now. I
Yeah,
guess.
go.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of a cappella groups tend to have a solo component for their audition process. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, UW also does the same thing. We have about a minute audition for solo, and then other parts of the audition happen as well.
Yeah, OG does the same thing. We have a 60-second solo, any song you want, any language. Yeah, and then we have other parts as well.
Awesome. Another question. Is there a certain quota groups are looking to meet per part, or is it really just a play it by ear kind of thing?
So I can start with this. I do know that we don't set a quota for how many members we take of each voice part. It's really based on the auditionees, and like who we think would work well with our group. So I know some years there have been like a ton of people in one section that are taken, and other years where it's like completely balanced. But it really just depends on the person. We don't ever set a quota of like how many people are going to take for each voice part. And so it's really just an individual basis.
Agreed.
I feel like people often ask us if we're ever accepting low voices or if we're accepting high voices. The case is always that we're accepting both. So yeah, 100% audition.
Yeah, and a lot of
on
times
that
for
note, no,
oh sorry,
go ahead,
just
Jude.
a lot of times for RFC as well. It's the same thing. We're not really looking to fulfill any quota, or if we're lacking on tenors or baritones or basses, that's really not part of what we're doing. We just want to we want to see how you fit with the group more than anything. It's how do you fit the group? Do you vibe with us? It's more important than just fulfilling a voice part quota. So I wouldn't say there's any set quota you need to fill.
Regarding that, someone specifically asked for basses in particular, since we're not really a solo part, what is the expectation for a 60-second solo?
I guess I'll take that one considering I'm the bass of my group, although I don't sound it. Basses, solos, yes, technically you are just singing a lot of dims during a song. However, for solos, what you should be looking for is just sort of how you can express yourself, I think. Necessarily, since you are a bass, if you consider yourself a bass, like necessarily hitting the high notes isn't, you don't have to hit a B flat as a bass, right? You've got other assets to yourself. But still being able to sort of, give off a performance and, make sure that, you're really comfortable singing something that is what we look for, I guess, when singing a solo.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I'll say, super importantly, just sing what you're comfortable with. More than anything, like no matter what voice part you're singing, but in this case, the question for basses, if you find that there's a song that's low that you really really like, and normally you wouldn't consider an audition song, even if you really like singing the song and you sing it to yourself in the shower, you sing it by yourself in your car, if you really enjoy singing the song, bring it to auditions, because all the groups will see that you really really love what you're doing. And more importantly, I think as long as you're comfortable, you're in your element, that'll show off pretty easily. Show off your unique talent. It doesn't matter that you're a bass. In fact, it's super cool. So just show that off to everybody. And yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And going off of that, I know, at least know in the random notes, that we do ranges during the audition. So even if you do a solo that doesn't show off your range, because it's hard for solos to show off your lower range, during the range warm up, we will go down so that we can hear how low you can go. So how low you can go. You know, just bring whatever you feel most exemplifies what you want to, you know, your charisma or your flipping over into head voice or whatever you want to show.
Awesome. So we have another question. How easy is it to adjust to singing with a group if you have no experience, if you have singing experience but not a cappella experience? So what's the adjustment process like for someone who has sang before but hasn't done a cappella before?
I
Lily?
can do that. Yeah, I sang a lot in high school for like concerts and stuff, by myself, and adjusting to a group, it's not as difficult as you would think, but it's a very different experience. So like you can take some of the experience you have from singing as a soloist into singing with a group, but there's a lot of new techniques you can learn with the people in your group. So it's not required to know how to sing with a group, but it's definitely like good to be able to learn how. It's very fun. I think it's really fun to learn that new skill.
Yeah, I also came in with singing experience, but not a cappella experience, and I totally agree with Lily. It was definitely eye-opening and something totally new. Like I'd heard it before, but I hadn't sang a cappella, and like I went into auditions and I didn't know how it would sound, and they taught me the alto part of a particular song, and I went in and sang it, and just like listening to everyone singing with you and like that I think that kind of sound and you being a part of making that sound with other people is just a super unique, super cool experience. Cool. We have another question related to auditions. Someone's asking, what are the other components?
I can take this one. So at least other than a solo audition, we, as far as most groups go, we'll help you warm up. We'll do a couple scales, do some things to test your range, just to see how your voice sounds, just warm it up. And then we'll probably have you sing your solo at that point, or there might be a small sight reading or tonal memory component, which is totally optional. It varies individually, like we said before. And that just is based on if you have any music reading experience, which again, it's not necessary, but if that happens to play into your individual audition, that might be a component. But other than that, other than the solo and some the warm-ups and the scales, the rest of the audition just varies individually depending on your level of background or musical experience, in Medusa's case.
And also, I just want to add that like I know I got really nervous before my audition, and I was like, this is so intense, and I was really like worried before going into it. But I really just want to stress that you can just have fun with it, because it's really not as high stakes as you might think it might be. And even if you mess up a little bit, like here or there, it's not a big deal at all. So really just have fun with it. And yeah, along with the scales and stuff, it's a similar thing for voices, as I think they are for most of the groups, I just.
Yeah, and adding on to that, I think one thing that all auditionees should know is that everyone who's sitting there listening to is in your shoes. So we completely understand, you know, what it's like to be going through an audition. You know, we know what it's like to be nervous. We know what it's like to, you know, maybe mess up a little bit. And I think the biggest thing that we can all tell you is that it's okay. You know, the beauty of acapella is that it's imperfect sometimes. And you know, we just really want to see you enjoying yourself and having fun when you're auditioning, because I think more than anything, we're just here to have fun. We have another question. If you can't attend the group specific Q&As tonight, where can you find the Zoom links to the auditions and the times? So each group will have a group page on Facebook. You can also check out all their social medias for audition information. So, you know, you can check on Facebook. You can look up all the specific groups. They will have their audition times, audition sign up links, and all that stuff. You can check their Instagrams. You can message any one of us. You can pretty easily reach out to specific groups to find their information times. Long answer short, probably just check the group Facebooks and you'll find their audition information right there.
There are also links to each group's websites in the description of this live stream, so you could go there and click on their link, and I'm pretty sure all groups have information on how to audition that way. So
Cool. Next question. How much should our solo stay true to the original song, or are we allowed to deviate a bit?
So I think that that's really up to you. I think it's up to you to show how much, if you feel like, you know, for example, I use Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco. I think Brendan Urie is an absolute god. I can't hit the notes he can. So obviously I put a little bit of a shift on it. But if you're singing a song that you've been singing for a while, you've been hitting the exact same notes that the soloist in that song has been singing, that's totally fine. I think once again, it's more of how comfortable do you feel with putting a little bit of a spin on it or anything like that. I think it ultimately is up to you.
yeah, 100% to go off of that. Like changing the key, 100%. If you think changing a key one way or the other makes it so that it fits better in your range, at least for us, we're completely all for that. Also, if you just mean like literally just putting like a different spin on it too, if we'd love to see that too. If that's what you feel comfortable with, 100% go for it.
Cool. Next question, are auditions over Zoom? Yes. Just once again, look at the links Van provided. Check the groups out on Facebook. You'll find. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, oh yes, we do. Are musical theater songs okay? It's a very different style. So this audition is not sure.
I would say yes, they're totally fine because I sang a musical theater song for my audition. It was Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen, if anyone wants to know. But yeah, no, they're totally fine. Like we mentioned, any genre is really okay. It's really what you feel like works with your voice and what you want to sing, basically.
I also did a musical theater song, so yeah.
All right. Any more questions? All right. Well, that will conclude our showcase. It was great seeing all of you virtually, and we hope you enjoyed all the group performances. Once again, please go to the group-specific Zoom rooms and ask them questions. Feel free to bounce around the Zoom rooms as well. We're really happy to meet all of you, and these Zoom rooms will probably last around 20-30 minutes. So come hang out with the different groups and enjoy yourself. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for coming to our virtual showcase. Thank you to Van and Ashley for helping with all the technical issues. Thank you to all of our different acapella group reps for coming and answering questions as well. And thanks to all of you for coming and watching.